What's up, guys? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Now Just You Gúta Minute, which is beat the par time on Nightfall. So start up this mission. You could do this on any difficulty, so I am on easy right now. Run up behind this guy and assassinate him, and you could just run through the whole first part of this mission after that. These guys are all sleeping around here, and even if you are spotted by someone who is awake, you can just run right past them. With the easy difficulty on, you don't really take too much damage when you're running past enemies, so we'll be able to easily get our way through the majority of this mission, and then at the end we'll have to get through a wall, and if you've never seen it before, it's a cool little trick to get through a wall that we would normally have to hold out for a while and kill a bunch of enemies, but really just running forward for this first part here. And I got confused for a second. I'm like, where am I? I'm usually not on the ground, so I'm usually on the building to my right when I'm playing through Legendary. That's the route you want to take, but since it's on easy, we could just go on the ground, cut straight up the middle, and once we go through this door, we're going to cut to the left, skip a bunch of enemies on the right over here. There's going to be a couple enemies right in front of us here as we round the corner. Throw a nade. You might kill them, you might not. If you don't, just run past them. If you do kill them, then you don't have to worry about them. And there's going to be 2 Gúta up here, which is what the achievement is named after, apparently. So these 2 giant creatures are called Gúta. They're indigenous species to Reach. So they're just running around. Native animals, native wildlife, just kind of not happy that the Covenant are, invading the planet. I'm not happy about it either. But we're going to pass right by those guys, and we're never going to see them again. And I don't mean those 2 in particular. I mean that whole species. That's the only appearance they make. The Moa are in multiple levels. You can see some right here. They're also in Winter Contingency. But we're just following this path. And we're going to wrap around to the left once we come up through this little channel here, whatever it is. So head over here, and there's a jump you can make to get up on top of the geometry, but we're just going to wrap around it because we're just going for the part time. You can jump on that rock I was zoomed in on and jump up there on top of this barrier, but we're just going to run around the easy way and wrap around. It takes a little more time, and it's a little more risky on higher difficulties, but on easy you should be totally fine. So just head in this direction, and we are going to come into this channel now and just totally ignore the militia's cries for help behind you. Don't worry. Reach is going to fall anyway. Why save them now when they're going to die tomorrow? We're just running around. We're trying to get to the end here. We have 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Do they think we have more time than that? We don't. There's some Moa. They disappear. They're super spooky. I don't know what they're doing, what their deal is. Maybe a couple Moa died here, and we need to bury their bodies, or we need to burn their bodies. There's all sorts of lore behind why ghosts happen. I don't know. But we don't have time for that either. We're moving forward, and we're going to skip this section as well. This is Powerhouse, the multiplayer map, but at night, also spooky. This whole mission's spooky. It's at night. Nighttime spooky. But there's some enemies up here. One is an elite who is awake, and he has some sleeping grunt buddies. So we're just going to wait for him to kind of move. You could probably just blaze past him and not worry about it, but I'm going to kill him efficiently without waking the grunts, and then we'll be able to kill the grunts. So he moved, so that means he's not going to move for a little while, so we can move in ourselves and go behind him, assassinate him, and we're going to kill these grunts from the front, because if you kill them from the side or the back, it will activate their methane tank possibly and blow up and cause a whole to-do and wake up all the other enemies in the area. So we don't want that. Hop into the forklift, and we want to get ourselves so we're parked with the gate on our left side. So I'm struggling a little bit here. I'm stuck on this little piece of metal or something. So I'm just going to back it up and fail. You need to be right up against the wall, which I'm failing at right now. So here we go. We're nice and snug. So we're going to line up our forklift so that when we bail out of it, we actually go in between the 2 doors there, and you actually go through the gate entirely, and you can just run to the end of the mission. So no enemies spawn in here. We've despawned them, but you do want to make sure that you start running away from the gate as soon as you get through, because if you don't, then the Phantom behind us will come up over the cliffside and start shooting at us, and more enemies might spawn in. But we've despawned everybody in this section, and we're just going to run to the end. But it's super easy to adjust. If you're in the forklift, you're in a third-person point of view, so you could actually move your camera and see where you're bailing out. And if you're bailing out a little to the left, then you just have to move your forklift up a little bit. If you're bailing out and you're a little too far to the right, you just have to back up your forklift a little bit until you're in line with that gap in between the doors. But if you're not comfortable doing that trick and you are tired of running past enemies, you could always just fight the enemies that are on that section of the map that we skipped before the gate. That Powerhouse section, it is on easy, so it should be pretty manageable. And once you clear out enough enemies, there will be a Phantom that drops off some hunters, so you got to fight those 2. But it should only take a minute or 2 to clear out, and then you could just run through the gate. There will be all the enemies that we despawn there, but you could just run past all those enemies to the end of the mission. So it would add a couple minutes to your time, but you could see we had plenty of time to spare. We finished this in 4:14, so add a couple minutes to that, and we still broke the part time, which is 10 minutes. So that is it for this one, guys, and I'll see you for the next one. Tip of the Spear. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You could also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.